All right, let's look at another classic. Good to have you back. We're going to take a look at Stella by Starlight in, I think, three different sections for this one. The first section we're going to do is an analysis of the tune so you know where you're going and what you're doing. First of all, analysis of this tune would tell me that it's a vocal tune, very different than playing a bebop tune, for instance. So lovely chords, lovely chord progression, and so let's just jump right in. The first thing we're going to take a look at is that we're in the key of B flat, two flats, but it looks like this chord here, the starting chord, has really, what has that got to do with B flat? Well, it sort of works its way around to B flat in a lovely, sort of slightly obscure manner. So we have a 2 to a 5, right? And this is a 2-5 in a minor key. Whenever you see that flat minor 7 flat 5 and that 7 flat 9, they will indicate that you're in in a minor key, and in this case, this would be a 2-5 in the key of D minor. But we're not actually going to the D minor, so we have to call that cadence, that 2-5, a deceptive 2-5 word, deceptive cadence. Sort of implies that you're going to go to D minor, but you don't. Instead, we go to a 2-5 in the key of B flat. And then a 2-5 in E flat. And the E flat is the 4 chord of B flat major. So as I said, we're sort of working our way to that B flat major tonal center in a roundabout, clever kind of way. And then that E flat moves to an A flat 7. And that A flat 7 would probably work nice with a flat 5. Is the borrowed from the parallel minor key of B flat minor. You'll find this A flat 7 chord in the key of B flat minor. But then we finally resolve to the key of B flat major. So let's take a listen to those chords. And then you can already begin to hear the melody within those chords, right? And this is a very, very good way to sort of begin to get a grip on any tune that you decide to build an arrangement for. Okay, and then E minor 7 flat 5. And this time it does resolve to the D minor, a 2-5 in D minor. And then we have a 2 and a 5 in the key of A flat major. And so it's, again, it's this unresolved 2-5 that, that's quite lovely. And then we go to an F major chord, as you can see. Then a 2-5 in D minor again. And then a 2-5 in the key of G. And and so this one sort of resolves to G. This is again would be a 2-5 in the key of G minor, but we're not resolving to a minor. We're resolving to a 7, and that 7th is that plus sign means it's an augmented, has a raised 5th. So that 2 to the, it's quite, again, sort of a pretty deceptive resolution, and you can hardly call it a resolution, really. And then C minor, which is a 2 chord in B flat, to the A flat 7, which is borrowed from the parallel minor key in the parallel minor key of B flat minor, and then to the B flat major, the 1 chord, the tonal center, which we're playing around with and don't really arrive there very much. And then 2-5, 2-5, 2-5. 2-5 in D minor, 2-5 in C minor, 2-5 in B flat. So it's like a long turnaround. Let me do that one more time. So yeah, in the bass line, if we just play the bass line. All right. So that's a quick analysis of Stella by Starlight. It's really just loaded with 2-5s, and it would probably be the best way to prep for this, in my opinion, is to work through those chords that you will be using in this tune. Work through those chords, work through those progressions. Another clever way to do it is to work on the bass lines, just the roots, so you can hear the chord up from the root. Right. You get the idea. All right. It's got a lot to do with hearing these things, and sometimes when the progressions are this, I would almost say ambiguous. They're a little bit ambiguous here because it takes us a full 8 measures to get to the tonal center, and for instance, this turnaround at the very end, 2-5, 2-5, 2-5, minor 2-5s for a full 6 measures. And before we arrive at that final tonal center destination, so familiarize yourself with where the thing is going. Try to identify where the chords are and where they originate from. If you want to take it a little further than just the bass line, play one section, like a 2-measure section at the beginning, for instance, right? And then the A7 with a flat 9, and play the related scale, right? have the 2-5 in B flat. And then right, you can work through the whole tune in that kind of with that kind of preparation as well. So it starts to build this strong foundation prior to starting to dig in to an arrangement, to a chord melody solo type arrangement. Okay, I think that is about it for today. I just to jump back, I've got this thing in the back of my mind that we didn't really explain the F major 7 chord. The F major 7 chord is it uses a major seventh, but it's the 5 chord. It's related as the 5 chord. If it were triadic, it would be the 5 chord in B flat. And that major 7 note would be the flat 5 in the B flat. So it's really like a Lydian 5 chord. Yeah, and that's a lovely one actually. Whoa. Yeah, so it's a Lydian 5. Okay, cool. But the rest is, we cased it. All right, good. Thanks for stopping by. The next section I'm going to do here, I'm doing this in 3 sections. The next section is I'm going to take a close look at the chords on the fretboard and some alterations of chords that you can do and possibilities for chords before we launch into the full-on building and arrangement in section number 3. Okay, cool. Thanks for stopping by, and like, subscribe. That's really important to us. They tell me that, and I'm getting the idea. And also, comments are really helpful. Like, what do you want to hear? Where do you want to go? What do you want to know? Okay, let me know that stuff. All right, and we'll see you real soon.